went offline? Ladies and gentlemen who's watching me on Facebook, we'll be on in momentarily. So that Facebook Live, you're watching the 4E podcast, we're just getting ready to connect to the internet. As soon as we do that, we're going to be going. So, do you need me to create a hotspot? We're using your hotspot.
Oh, okay.
You got it?
Good evening. This is Shareen from the 4E's podcast. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? How you doing, Brian?
Hey, everything is good. The weather was hot today. I'm
It
just
was
doing
hot.
fine. It was hot. It was hot. It was real
Yes,
hot.
it was hot.
So we're here.
We
Where
are
at?
here. We are here at Arooga's on Route 22 in North Plainfield, and we're here to have some fun on tonight.
Yeah, and we have two delighted individual owners of Arooga that are joining us
we have
tonight.
the owners here on tonight, and guess what? They are black owned, so we love the fact of that. So we're gonna bring them on a camera. We have our Anaka and we have our Cordell. How you guys doing tonight?
We're good, we're good.
We're excellent. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing good.
Yeah, so
We're
yeah.
so happy to be here. Thank you for allowing us to come. And
After
just-
all, this is our first.
yeah, this is
This is
our
our first remote
remote
podcast.
podcast. So we're excited, and just to let you know that if this is something you want us to do, we'll come to you. It's not a problem. So just let us know. Email us or hit me on Facebook or go to the website.
What is the website?
The website is, we changed it, y'all. Make it easier so you can remember it. So it's 4epodcast.com.
That's right. And here at the 4E podcast, what do we talk about?
We talk about education,
Entertainment
enlightenment.
and empowerment.
Yes, come on here.
So isn't it just beautiful that we have individuals that can can actually encompass all of those things in reference to what they're doing because they own an establishment. So why don't we turn it over to them for a few minutes and let them
Absolutely.
talk.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Yes.
Okay, gosh, we're a husband and wife team.
Awesome.
Super in love. We met at another black-owned establishment.
I
Del
love
Sol,
it.
Brunswick.
Love it.
We are coming up on our 10-year anniversary of happily married, 13 years together, and
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yes, I
And
love it.
we just love doing business together.
So
That's an awesome thing, though, because a lot of people can't do that. So,
You know that.
So when you see it,
You know that.
you got to give congratulations, encouragement, to keep going on and working together and making that black love stronger.
Yes.
So now that you have been together for all those years, how did this actually come about? How did we actually meet? You were actually in another line of business.
Yes, we were in real estate. We owned a lot of properties in Plainfield.
Nice.
I think we had 4 apartment buildings at the time.
Okay.
And I called Brian because I needed help with maintenance of properties.
Okay.
And it just like went further and further. We've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Nice,
And,
that's
and
awesome.
in addition to that, Cordell, you want to share that story that we kind of talked about in the lobby
Yeah.
in reference to
That was a good one,
how
so.
you actually transitioned out of real estate and
Yeah.
actually moved into actually owning your own restaurant?
So Brian wanted me to tell the story, and this gets back to a real estate mogul knocked on our door at home and wanted to try to represent us to sell our properties. And first of all, I was offended
Oh,
because you're at my home
right.
I think that was like on a Sunday,
on a
right?
Sunday.
On a Sunday.
on my day off,
And you're
where
like,
my
"How did
wife
you
and
find
daughter
me?"
lives. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was really, it's a little scary. The context of the internet and the access people
Yeah, it's very
have for
scary.
a total stranger to
Yes.
find me
You're
on a
right.
Sunday was a little, daunting
Yeah.
to say the least. So yes, I was very upset at her. I told her, don't come back again.
Uh-oh.
You are not welcome here. I walked in the house, I told my wife what happened, And then I said, but she said she can get us X per apartment. So it's just a true story. So as I'm throwing her car in the garbage, I'm doing the math. And I go back in the living room and say, honey, do you know what that If she can come close to that, that's a good return on our investment.
Right.
And that's what we're in business for. So, immediately, obviously, we grabbed the car, called her back, and said, let's set up a proper meeting.
Nice.
Don't come to
okay.
my house. Let's have a
Right.
business meeting. Let's meet about it, talk about it. And sure enough, 6 to 7 months later, she sold our entire portfolio.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I think, when I first got here, I was like, oh, yeah, tell me who you are. And I said, do you remember who I am? Because I used to work with Brian, BC Landscaping, and I remember doing those calls, that you don't want to do. Hey, you have a bill. When can you pay? So, I remember speaking to you and Anaka,
Yes, ma'am.
about your landscaping and everything. So I thought that was cool, to actually finally meet you in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I agree. Thank you.
So the art of the game when you're in business is to make money. We just recently came out of, well, we're not actually out of it, but there was something that happened last year which caused a lot of businesses to actually struggle with being able to keep afloat. So can you share a little bit about not only the love that you have for one another, but the love you have for the business and how you were able to pour into that?
Yeah, so let me start, and I'll let her finish, because, she really is the vision of the business right now.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
I have no problem
Okay.
saying that. So when we first started, it was a sports bar, right? UFC fights,
Yes.
boxing,
Okay.
football. We would pack the house. And when COVID hit, obviously it changed everything.
Yeah.
And we had to come to the realization that this is a new franchise.
Right.
We are not a household name. And we had to give people another reason to come here. This was
Okay.
her vision. She wanted to do entertainment, and I said no.
Wow.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
That was pre-COVID.
She's been trying to get it for a long time. Because I had my mindset, I'm going to open up another one. Here's a business model. Because
Okay.
if you know anything about business, you have to follow a certain model.
Right.
Yes.
Right?
This is true.
And you have to be committed to it.
Yes.
And only when it does not work, and if it does not work, do you look to alter that
Right.
business model, right? So, so I gave her a Monday, then a Tuesday, and she kept bringing people in here, and then she wanted to do comedy night, and I have to tell you, I remember one story I'll never forget in my entire life. She asked me, how much did we make that day? And I showed her the number, and she was very disappointed in
Oh,
herself.
wow. Okay.
But I said, no, honey, here was the week prior without you.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So you did an A-B comparison.
Right.
And there was
Okay.
growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's when I finally woke up, and it took me maybe a week or two later. I sat her down. I said, look, I'm just going to hand you entertainment and get out of your way.
Awesome.
Wow.
And she's been doing it ever since.
Awesome.
So with that being stated, you actually, I remember visiting a restaurant and you had karaoke going on.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning? Was karaoke kind of the beginning?
Karaoke has always been here.
Okay, okay, okay.
That was the one thing he gave me from the beginning. Even though it's a sports bar, I said there's no way in the world we're gonna own a bar and not have karaoke.
Okay,
So
right,
that was
right, a
on
lot of people
Wednesdays,
like
and that's actually coming back in a week and a half. I'll
Okay.
be back here again.
Okay.
So did you find any stars out there that you signed? 'Cause
Everybody's a
you're into owning a restaurant. I think the next step is, to become what do you call it, a mogul? You become like a Jay-Z or Beyonce and have a whole lot of people underneath you since you're discovering all this new talent that's coming up.
Management company, promotion company.
Hey.
Just
You
do it
never
all.
thought you were going to leave real estate.
That's
You
right.
never thought that you were going to be owning a restaurant, let alone a bar, let alone in North Plainville, let alone a franchise.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So
Yeah.
tell a little bit about the brand, about Arooga. What is it?
Yeah, so Arooga's comes out of Harrisburg, PA. It's a brand that I found probably 2014.
Okay.
I was finally getting out of the IT business. That was my main business before I got into real estate. And I wanted to do something different, didn't want to reinvent all over again. So I found this, and they won the next best franchise restaurant award
Wow.
nationwide.
Okay.
On
Wow.
over 200 restaurants.
Wow.
These guys won that award, and they also won 5 out of 8 Buffalo wing contests
wow.
in Buffalo, New York.
Wow, that's awesome.
Huge. So the food here is really, really different. It really is. This concept believes in having a good time in a sports multimedia environment with clean eating. We have salads that are organic.
Okay.
Our meat is never ever frozen.
Okay.
We have tons of gluten-free menus. Most restaurants will have a little corner for the
Right.
gluten,
That's
gluten
right.
kids, right? You feel like an outcast.
Yeah.
And ours is all over the menu.
Okay.
So you could sit with your family and order from the same menu. You feel like a family. And we have had a lot of moms and dads that really thank us for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We also have a lot of meatless options.
Okay.
We have faux wings that are like a chicken nugget made from mushroom. Swear to God, tastes just like chicken.
No
Wow.
way.
I've had people challenge me and call me a liar
Uh-oh.
because it's chicken.
Wow.
And it's made out of mushroom.
It's made out of mushrooms. Yeah.
Wow.
So we have tons of those options. So we want to be the place for everyone. If you're a sports enthusiast, you can come here. If you're a
Right.
family of 4, you can come. If you like nice quality meat, you can come here. If you're meatless, you can come here. If you like
Wow.
salads, you can come here.
Okay.
And with her, new vision, if you want entertainment now you come here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with that, so I know we came to the comedy night, just to see how, to meet, well, for me to meet Anaka and to see how we can set this up tonight. And so I remember the comedy. So is there other things that you do besides comedy here?
Oh God, what don't we do right now?
Okay.
We have cigar night on Thursdays,
Okay.
which is awesome. It's outside in a beautiful tent. I mean, you feel like you're at a little wedding in the back.
Wow. Okay.
Every Wednesday, of course, we're bringing back karaoke, and that'll be with
Okay.
DJ Jess. That's gonna be amazing.
Awesome.
Okay.
And with our comedian GL Gladys. So to have a comedian running
Yes.
karaoke, I think it's gonna be awesome and a nice
Awesome.
twist.
I think that's a great market.
Absolutely.
Yes, because every now and then you need to make a joke when somebody finishes saying it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
People, especially like on a Friday evening, I know you want to unwind,
Yes.
after a long, hard work week. You
Yes.
just want to unwind.
So
So,
for Fridays here, we have artist night the last Friday in every of the month.
Okay.
So that's really, really nice because it gives like children a chance to come
Oh,
out.
awesome.
and
Okay.
Young adults, and there's a few 40-year-olds that's still
Okay.
trying to get a record
Still
deal.
haven't given up yet. Still haven't given up yet.
Still haven't given it up.
But it
Okay.
gives you a stage to get up and do 3 or 4 of your songs, and these are for our people who are professionally recording.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
invite your friends and family to actually see you on stage and see how you were looking.
That's
Everyone
awesome.
else comes in for it too.
Okay.
It's
Now, how
wonderful.
now, if somebody wants to do that, do they need to call to get on a list, or how
Yeah,
do they do
They would
that?
just call us, and we would give them to Space Bar Recording.
Okay.
And Space is a producer in the New Jersey area.
Okay.
Also black owned. And he basically just interviews you, gives you an audition, and you're
Oh,
up on
wow.
the stage on that Friday. And you
Awesome.
invite your friends and family.
So how
Okay.
does an
Awesome.
individual find out where you're located? We need to put that out there. But for the listening audience, we need to put it out there. Where are you located in North Plainfield?
So we are 1250 Route 22 North Plainfield.
Okay, that's your
Phone number.
physical stand. But what about your electronic stand?
Absolutely.
Your email and all that stuff.
Absolutely. So we're on Facebook at Arooga's 22NP for North Plainfield. Our events site is aroogas.eventbrite.com. When you go there, you see all of our shows, all the comedians, all the bookings that we are doing.
Is the menu up there
And the
also?
phone number,
Okay.
908-822-9464. And the menu is on our website as well, of course.
So
Okay,
how big of a party can you actually host? I mean, if somebody said to you that, listen, we want to book the whole bar.
Yeah.
And I know that has happened to you. What do you say?
So, all right, so we seat 275 people
Wow.
in this restaurant.
Okay.
This is 7,300 square feet.
Wow.
Because of the entertainment objective we have now, of course, we've kind of broken it up into
Yes.
different things. If someone wants to buy us out for $271, 908-822-9464, and we can have a conversation.
But what comes with that? Because see, we're sitting in the entertainment segment of the restaurant,
Right.
but there's a whole nother segment over there behind the curtains that y'all can't see out there.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's there.
Right.
So what's over there on the other side?
So the bar, we seat 120 in the bar. The bar seats 44 people.
Okay.
There are probably 65, I think, televisions alone.
Wow.
And again, we are sports-themed family entertainment environment. So our model, some people say a view of every game. We say a view of every game from every seat.
Wow. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, the entertainment is just everywhere here.
Yeah.
And the food is good, and people really talk about our servers. We don't talk about that a lot.
Okay.
But when folks get up here on stage and they see the servers really working hard, because we're grooming young kids at the end of the day. Our staff is relatively young.
Okay.
I just
and
want to
very, very
chime in
hardworking.
one little segment. Just chime in for 1 second. Actually, when you first opened, and I came here because you guys welcomed me, you know, we go back to real estate, obviously, when I was doing the landscaping. One of your newer employees was somebody that I actually mentored, and she's like, "Oh, I know him." And I was like, "Oh, you know him? And you know him?" And so it was a connection of that 2
Yes, sir.
degree, that 3 degree of separation. And I don't know if she's still working with you, but she definitely went to Job Corps, one of the programs that I actually worked at in the past, and you actually took her on and put her underneath your wings and actually mentored her. And she, I think at one point, was one of your good employees. So with that being stated, we're going to make a little segue because
Sure.
you know what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
We're going to break this down. For those that are listening live right now, you're going to get the full thing. But after that, we're going to take it down. We're going to break it down into segments. So this is a little segue. So we're going to come back right now, as this is our second segment. So let's go on. You got something?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So are you currently hiring at the moment or anything? So anybody listening, you know, can get in contact with you to find out about that.
Yes.
Yes, and yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and yes.
Okay.
We are hiring motivated individuals who just love to work with people.
Awesome.
You do not have to have experience,
Okay.
but you have to want to learn.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah, so we're having servers, bartenders, and staff. There is a reason why, and this is just the economic reality that we are in right now.
Right.
Almost every location or restaurant you drive up and down any highway, there's 2 words you see.
Yes.
We are hiring.
Yes.
Very few of us are growing, but
Yes.
we're all hiring.
Right.
Wow.
Right, and we know why that is. It's the
Right.
summertime.
Yes.
Everyone's getting their stimulus checks,
This is
and
true.
people are choosing to stay home
Yeah.
as opposed to work. But folks have to realize that's short-lived.
Yes,
We
it is.
offer long-term possibilities, not
Absolutely.
2 or 3 months of unemployment, but a full-time, long-term opportunity to grow.
Yes. I was out, I can attest to that because I was out Saturday all day. I was in Atlantic City doing a job there. And so on the way home, whether it was there in Atlantic City or on the way home, restaurants were packed. You know, and Saturday was a beautiful day. It was packed. And I'm like, wow, you know, things are picking up and restaurants are now, you know, being able to, you know, get some of that money back that they've been missing because of the closures and COVID. So I thought it was great. I mean, they were packed and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen this in a long time. So,
But the customers are coming back, but not the staff
Exactly.
right now.
right. So that's,
So
okay.
You know, being an
Gotcha.
entrepreneur, that's the
Gotcha.
hardest thing. You
Yeah,
got individuals
yeah.
that want to just keep receiving that additional money
Right.
that they sometimes want to look at as that going to be something. But I talked to someone that's out there and I said, you know, if you don't come back and then it gets slow again, you're not going to have anything to fall back on because
Absolutely.
they're giving you an
Right.
advance on your future, and your future is really invested in yourself, and
Right.
yourself means that you got to go to work and you got to make money.
That's it.
And that's what you're here for. You're here to make money. Let's
Absolutely.
listen. When you're in business, people are not doing business just because they want to be doing
Right.
business. They're in business to make a profit, to support their way of life, and to be able to support their children and all the other things that they want to do, whether it's going on vacation and everything else.
Yes, sir.
So with that being stated, how has entertainment taken you to the next level? Because we came.
Yes.
We had the opportunity to come and we enjoyed ourselves. I mean, we had a blast.
Oh,
and Lady Shareen was like, I don't know if I'm going there. I was like, you're coming. And she came and we had a blast. Did we not have a blast? And
Yeah,
the food was
good.
delicious.
And that was actually
And
my
the
first
waitresses was
time.
good.
You know, and that was the night that we came, that I met you and we
Yes.
talked about, you know, setting this up.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it was amazing.
I think entertainment has definitely opened the doors for people who have never saw us to actually come through.
Right.
I mean, we have people who follow people like talent.
Right.
He's never been here.
Okay.
And didn't even know we were black-owned.
That's-
We have
that's
Rob
true.
Stapleton's,
Yeah.
and they bring people out of the woods. We have Mark Vera brings people out of the woods. And even on Sundays, first and third Sundays, we have Valerie Adams here.
Okay.
Wow.
Which with her live jazz band here.
Wow.
So you
Okay.
can have a brunch Sunday party here. And it's
That's
just,
awesome.
it brings people who never even thought about Aroogas.
Okay.
Or why would I go to Aroogas? So now you have that entertainment venue.
Okay.
You can actually have great food, entertainment, and a good time with your friends. And now
Awesome.
dancing's back. So now when Valerie comes, you got a little dance floor you can dance.
Get out of here.
Dancing was illegal for a little bit in
Yes,
Jersey.
it was.
Wow.
Nobody knew it.
It was.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
It was prohibited.
Yes.
Okay, and
Well-
it's just now coming back.
I said
Yes.
the world
Okay.
is different. Weed is legal and dancing is illegal. I said, what world do I live in?
That's backwards, right?
Well, the reality is that you also have a secret that you shared with me the other day that maybe the listening audience doesn't know about. You're a bona fide, certified, what?
Is it the rum punch you're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about the phone button. I'm talking. Oh, you see, your husband caught it. I threw it and he caught it.
Yes.
Now you got to bring it back. Come
I
on.
am a certified chef from French Culinary Institute, the same place Bobby Flay and Rachel Ray graduated
Oh,
from
awesome,
as well.
awesome,
So
yes.
it's the #1 culinary school in the world.
Wow.
ACI likes to battle that and say they might be, but no, we are the #1.
So it isn't. It
Okay.
isn't by coincidence. It isn't being ironic that you actually in the food business.
Yes.
Because you're like, you're it.
I love to cook.
Okay.
I love to host. Just by the events, you could tell that. I love to throw events, throw a party. If you ever have an event here and you did actually buy the place out, we'll actually set up a menu for you
Okay.
with a per person price.
Did y'all hear
Awesome,
that?
awesome,
Yes, we can
awesome.
give you a beer and wine package also. And,
Okay,
I mean, you can just have a really great time. You even
Awesome.
have the outside.
Okay.
If you wanted to have an outdoor party that runs all the way through the bar, you can have the whole place
Wow.
as an event.
okay,
So let's talk about that because outside, on the other side of this wall, on the other side of that wall,
Yep.
you have a tent.
Yes.
You also have a tent on that side.
Yes.
You also, I've seen you host events where I think you had bikers out that
Yes.
actually came out and they did that. I think the next thing that you got to do is you got to invite the fraternities and the sororities if you haven't already done that. And I'm approved. I got to put that in. I'm
That's why he
approved of
said
Social
it.
Fellowship Organization, Group 5 Group Social Fellowship
That's why
Organization.
he
So
said
we would love to come out and we would have a Greek night, social fellowship night, where we could actually get the people to come out and support that. And you know, one thing we're gonna have to get North Plainfield to do is to open up a little bit. Let's put a little bit of that DJ out there. Actually, one of our guests out there, one of our co-individuals out there helping us
Yes.
tonight, he's a DJ.
Yes,
You
he
wanna
is.
give a shout out to him?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Joe's a DJ, and maybe Joe, you can,
Yes.
after this is all over, you can talk to Annika. Maybe you can get on the bill. You know what I'm saying? It's all connections to connections. But the reality is that you have cooked, you have become certified, and it isn't ironic that you have actually ended it because you do like to do events. So all of this is really falling right into your love. So this is really like a passion. This
Yes.
isn't even like a job, even though
This
you
is
got to
right.
travel up and down that highway.
Right,
You're
right,
excited
right.
every day you get to come in because it's a new opportunity. So how does the franchise of
Awesome.
Arooga support that?
Well, because Arooga's was new when we started with them as a franchise, each Arooga's is privately owned. There's
Okay.
only, I think, 2 or 3 owned by corporate.
Okay.
Okay.
So they really don't step in the way of what the owners want to do
awesome,
as far as entertainment
Okay.
and the vibe that you want to bring into your club.
Awesome, okay.
Like, we are Arooga's Route 22, but we're nothing like the one on 18.
Okay.
We're nothing like the one
Okay.
in Howe,
Okay.
because we provide all this entertainment.
Wow.
Some of them provide rock bands or whatever else,
Right, right.
but we're just totally different.
awesome. So with that being said, when you have different things, different themes, or different nights that you do different things, is that an extra cost so that people will know, or how does
Yes.
that work?
Well, our lowest one, well, not lowest, it's still a great
Okay.
time. On Sundays, we have Valerie Adams.
Okay.
And that's, what is that, $10?
$10.
It's only $10
Oh, that's
to
not
get
bad
it.
at all.
What
Okay.
time is that? What time is that?
Awesome.
That's from 1 to
To
6
6.
Okay.
on first and third Sundays. And
Okay.
that's an amazing time.
Awesome.
I believe we're taking a small break in the
Yep.
summer and
Okay.
doing which DJ are we using?
Waiting for you to complete the, MC Truth?
Yes, we'll be
Yes.
having DJ Truth doing
Okay.
a
Awesome.
gay party for about 3 weeks here.
Okay.
And that comes with unlimited mimosas on Route 22 for $22.
Okay.
And that's a
Okay.
really, really nice like deal for somebody who wants to just go out.
Right.
Gosh, what other events we have? For comedy, it ranges anywhere from $25 to $35,
Okay.
depending on the comedian that comes here, which is
Awesome.
a total steal in the area.
Okay.
Because you have to imagine, when you go to New York, you're paying $40
Right.
to go to Caroline's per
Yes.
ticket. $35 to $40, and then you're paying that $50 parking,
Right.
and then you're paying
Tolls.
tolls and
Tolls.
everything else.
And then you have a minimum of drinking.
Yeah,
Like,
and then you have well, we do have a two item minimum.
2 items.
Okay.
Which is really easy.
Yeah, that's not bad. And you said 2 items, so that's anything.
2 items.
Okay, yeah,
'Cause
that's
some-
not bad
some-
at all.
Some people don't drink.
Right,
So
right.
when we
just-
talked about
okay.
it, especially with selling seats of 4 and 6, you
Awesome.
can't force people to drink.
Right,
Someone
right.
wants to be the designated driver,
Okay.
right? So,
Yeah. Which is awesome, that you accommodate everybody.
Everybody.
And the
You know,
parking is
yeah.
free.
Absolutely.
And the parking
That's
is
huge.
free.
Yes, it is. It really is. So it's awesome.
So with all that being stated, where do you find yourself in reference to moving forward with the establishment, as well as possibly, is there down the road where you're going to branch off and maybe buy another franchise of Arooga's, or do they have you in a lockstep where you can't buy another franchise, or can you do whatever you need to do to grow your business in order to?
I personally wouldn't do another franchise.
Okay.
I believe there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's great for a learning
Okay.
ability, especially if you're new.
Right.
And you've never owned a restaurant or never owned any type of, whatever level you're going into and you've never done it before, a franchise is
Franchise is
perfect.
great.
Okay.
Because basically they're giving you the playbook.
Okay.
And they're saying, this is what you need to do, this is how you do it.
Okay.
This is the temperatures of the food, this should be how the menu is
Okay.
set up.
So they walk you through it, basically.
They're walking you through it.
Okay.
They're basically like your best friend holding your hand
Awesome.
and saying, this is everything you need to do to become
Okay.
successful.
That's great though.
And when you need help about accounting, or if you need help about any questions that have to go with the restaurant, you can call them directly and they'll give you all of the things you need to
Wow.
know.
Yeah, that's
You're not
awesome.
looking and trying
Trying
to
to
find
scramble around and trying to figure out.
So is there in every life, in my life as a landscaper, I have an exit strategy plan. And not that I want to have an exit strategy plan, but I know that there's going to be another passion. The podcast is another passion.
Right.
Lady Shareen and I do this. We're not making no money on this right now. We hope to monetize it sometime in the near future, but we're doing it because we have a passion for it. We have the equipment, we have the technology. We're like the $6 million man. We can build it, we can put it back together again. So we're doing it for that. Not that you want to have an exit strategy plan, because you're really at the cusp of just really getting all of those things done that you want to do. But if you had to give keys to someone that is trying to become an entrepreneur and becoming self-sufficient at what they do in their craft, what would you tell them?
I would say to create value.
Create value.
Create value.
Yes.
Whether you have a written exit plan or not, when you create value, you have options.
Okay.
You can sell your value for 5, 6, 7x of your earnings if you create value. You have assets, you could sell a percentage of your revenue because of the assets that you require that are attached to that revenue.
Awesome.
So, the bottom line is, of course, yes, we want to be able to feed our family and live our lifestyle, like you said, but the most important part is to create value, because then you have options.
Yes.
You're in the driver's seat, right? When you don't have value, you're selling at a discount.
Awesome.
When you have value, you're selling at a multiple.
Wow.
That's the goal.
That's good.
That's the goal.
That's
That's
good.
the goal.
And
Time to
so-
go into our third segment, maybe.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's
Lady
go.
Shareen, go ahead.
Let's do it.
New question.
I was about to say, so being that you started in real estate, what would you tell somebody who wants to get into real estate? What are the steps, or do they have to go to school? You have to have a license, I believe. So what would you tell them?
You ready?
Okay,
Sorry.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to go to school
Okay.
to do real estate.
Okay.
You can buy your own buildings and whatnot.
Okay.
Is it recommended that you have a little bit of knowledge in it before you do it? Yes.
Okay.
Because even if you want to do something small like a flip, let's say I buy property and it's an easy flip, but you forgot that you need contractors.
Okay.
Do you have any knowledge of building? Do you
Right.
have any knowledge of being
Gotcha.
able to do some of the work yourself?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Because by the time you pay a contractor to do all the work.
Right.
All of the profit you thought you were gonna get is now getting to the contractor.
Right,
You may
okay.
have something pretty to flip.
Right,
But it's not something that's going to be worth your time. and
Okay.
money.
You know what I call that? When I'm driving down the highway and the guys are in the truck, I call that windshield time.
Windshield time. It's exactly it's windshield time.
Windshield time. It
I do
feels
it too.
good. It feels good that you're going down
Is
the
that for
highway and you're
sale?
going to get it.
Is that for sale? I wonder what they want for that.
And the ones that are watching the windshield as you're driving, buying the building, flipping it,
Yeah.
they're watching you. They sometimes actually make more money than you do. And you're like, what the heck happened with this
Yeah.
equation?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and so I would add, if you're new, if you have capital, of course you have options. If you're new and you don't have direct capital, the most important thing is to do your homework. Do your due diligence.
Okay.
Before you get a loan, they always ask you, what's your due diligence?
Okay.
So don't wait for the bank to do
Right.
that. Do that yourself.
Word.
And be prepared.
Right.
Make sure you know what the utilities are.
Right.
I mean,
That's true, yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that's public knowledge
Mm-hmm.
that if you don't get that, the financial costs, the taxes,
Mm-hmm.
the water bill, the sewer, PSE&G, JCP&L,
Wow.
landscaping,
Wow, you're right.
Taxes.
taxes. Oh, forget it.
Insurance.
Insurance.
Okay.
Insurance. Call the local
Right.
companies. See how they charge.
Okay.
Find out is it in an area that requires flood insurance. That changes the whole
That's how-
economy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It changes everything. You
I
have
would hate to
do
be
your
a
homework.
contractor today or be a person, I'm a contractor in reference to building houses today, because last year, wood, a 2x4 might have cost you $3. Now that same 2x4 costs you $7.
Wow.
The beams and everything else have gone up quadruple. So if you bid it on a house last year to build it and you didn't get it done because of COVID,
Wow.
the supply chain has now cost everything. And I'm pretty sure it's
And,
even
that,
hitting you in the restaurant.
and that's why your quote should expire in 30 or 60 days.
Put that in the contract. Did you hear? He just gave you a key, guys. He gave you a key out there. If you haven't heard
They
it,
expire.
they expire.
They have to.
Lady
Okay.
Shareen, you got some people
Yeah.
that are hitting you on Facebook. Who's out there?
Let's see. I see Kanisha. Hey, Kanisha. I don't know if you're still watching, but hey, Kanisha. Hey, Lenny. And then, of course, we got our I would say Daniel. We have our Donnie over there. He's watching us as well.
You got somebody over there on Facebook that's hitting us? Sia Aikens, what's going on?
Hi.
Tristan, what's up, Tristan? My nephew out there in TV land or podcast land.
Kathleen, yes.
All right. So, with all that being stated, we are here. You have a beautiful establishment.
Yes,
How long have you
very
been here,
beautiful.
actually?
We opened up June of 2016, so we're just
Okay.
completing 4
Awesome.
years now.
4 years. So is there a big kickoff at the end of the 4th year, or is there like a 5th year big kick? I mean,
It'll probably be 5 years because of COVID.
5 years. 5 years.
Yeah,
because
COVID,
of
It's
yeah.
hard to invest the money.
Yes,
after,
it sure
you know,
is.
we
Yeah.
think we're over the hump,
That's
but
true.
we just
You
opened
never
up
know.
as a state,
Okay.
right? So we're looking forward to bringing more people in, but we are still doing it in a safe environment. So the rules now say we are quote unquote open, but the
Okay.
business can put requirements, and our
Okay.
requirement for our staff is gloves, masks.
Masks.
Nothing changed.
Okay.
Nothing.
So what would an average family of 4 expect to pay if they come to your restaurant? If they are non-drinkers. I'm a non-drinker. So I just wanted to give that because the drinks can fluctuate all over the place depending
Yeah.
on what you're drinking.
Yeah,
But on
I think
average, what
that's
would a family of 4 expect to pay if that's not putting you on the spot?
No, not at all. I mean, it depends, obviously, but you know, the burgers here go for like for $12.99, and so it's a fixed price for all of our burgers. We have like 15, 16 burgers, except for the Impossible Burger.
Wow,
So the
okay.
Impossible Burger is a plant-based, you know, again, non-meat burger, and that
Okay.
does cost a little more,
little more, yeah.
for the average reason. When you go to some restaurants, I won't name them, a cheeseburger is X, you know, with bacon is X, with
Right,
bacon
right,
is
right.
X. You know, we have one set price, you know,
Okay.
you get what you want. So a family, you know, will probably spend somewhere between, you know, $10 to $13, $14 per person, including appetizers for a full meal.
Wow.
Okay.
Not including drinks.
Right.
Do you run
As you
specials
stated.
for children? Like some
Yes,
restaurants do?
yes, we
like
do.
half price
So,
on children?
Mondays, kids eat free.
Okay.
Okay.
What is today?
Monday.
Y'all need to rush down here right now. Come down here tonight. Kids eat for free.
On
Come
Monday.
right now. this Monday, next Monday, come and tell them that you saw us on the podcast so they have an idea of tracking who's watching out there in TV. What's the age limit for children? No, you guys are too
you are way too
overqualified.
big for that.
What would a child be?
I see where he was going.
Yeah, he was ready.
Well, I already told them I was going to buy something for them
He's
for you
ready.
allowing us to come into your establishment. So that's a done deal. But what is the age limit since they asked?
We kind of, it's a judgment call.
It's
You
a
know,
judgment call.
A kid is a kid. You know,
Yeah.
if you're under 5 or 6, we'll let you in.
Yeah, but if you
get a big
Right.
13-year-old,
Like
come on.
6
man.
Like him over
6
here.
feet.
Yeah, like this guy. Come on.
12 years old.
He's gonna put me out of business feeding him for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a special for the kids. Do you have senior citizen discounts? Do you have veterans discounts?
Okay, so we have, yes, we do. So Tuesdays, we try to do something different every day, especially during the week. So Tuesday is 2-for-1 apps on Tuesday. So we have probably 15 apps. You can get them 2-for-1. Wednesdays and Thursdays is our buy one, get one wings.
Oh, awesome. Ooh.
And we do that very differently. A couple places do it
Okay.
one day a week for one type. We do it Wednesdays and Thursdays, original or boneless,
Okay.
mix or match.
Nice.
We let you have your complete choice for 2 days what you want to
Nice.
do.
That sounds
It's not
good to me.
original, this day.
Right,
You
right.
come in, do what you want to do, and that's good for
Okay.
5-piece, 10-piece, or 20-piece.
Sounds
Wow.
good to me.
It's called BOGO Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
So you took us all the way through Thursday. What happens on Friday? Saturday,
Friday?
Sunday? That's where the entertainment kicks in.
Friday, no, Friday we have our sampler. It's a huge sampler.
Okay.
It's sliders, it's pierogies, it's our mozzarella triangles. It normally goes for $16. It's on sale for $12 on Fridays.
Oh, wow, nice.
Because for us, that's, we have a DJ. We're trying to get the party started.
Right.
You want people just eating, little bits of food and give them a discount, give them a reason
Yeah.
to come in here.
So who are some of your
Saturday
DJs?
and Sunday?
Oh, okay.
It's the weekend, so
Right.
It's
over.
It's lit. It's lit. It's going to be what it's going to be. So who are some of your DJs that you have that are gracing your stage?
Well,
So,
we have
yeah.
DJ Mont on Fridays. Oh,
Okay.
actually, he's on Thursdays now.
Okay.
Yep.
So he does after work Thursdays here.
Okay.
Sometimes KT comes as well with
Okay.
him. As I said, we're bringing back DJ Truth. We have DJ Supreme here,
Okay.
DJ All Day.
Okay.
And Apollo's own DJ Jess.
Yes, and definitely Apollo's own DJ Jazz.
Awesome.
All right, I think the next stage is that, lady, you gotta have to learn how to DJ. You're gonna have to be like a guest DJ, surprise DJ. I know you know those records from back in the day. I know you know those
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. We'll have a conversation about that off mic.
Well, okay. Cordell, maybe you can be the DJ.
No,
a guest
maybe.
DJ.
He said, no, not at all.
When you're not watching the books, you was a DJ back in the old days? Get out of here.
Oh, wow.
Rutgers
Okay.
University, you was a DJ?
I'm an ex-producer. I'm actually a music producer when I was here.
Oh, okay. What did you?
Awesome.
What was your genre?
Club music.
Club music. Okay. So when they playing that old school, you can
That's
relate.
me.
Yeah. That's.
Is
I,
he-
see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
about
Brian touched on it earlier. He was like, you could be the next Jay-Z and, produce
you.
the
Moogle,
music.
you know, they
Yeah,
got
right, right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. They got it going on. They can kill it. Yeah, I'm signing up.
Yeah, right.
Put me on the bill. But really, I want to say this because you touched upon it. And I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea because sometimes people go left. This is a multicultural environment.
Yes.
They serve everybody.
Right.
Correct.
Just because they're African American owned does not mean that they don't serve everybody.
Right.
That's why some nights you can come in here and you can see different things going on with the karaoke. You can come in, you see different DJs. You can see different. When we came, there was a mixture of comedians. They weren't all African American. There was a white guy. I don't remember his name. You remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
Jason Andrews?
Jason Andrews.
Jason
Yeah.
Andrews, yeah.
So he was here. So the reality is that you can come here and have a good time. As a matter of fact, when we came to meet you, there was an old couple sitting right over there in the corner. They looked like they were about whatever, and they were sitting there and they were enjoying the environment. And y'all had the music going on in the background, and they were not. It was just a friendly, family-oriented environment
Thank
where
you.
if you come here,
just chilling.
you will enjoy yourself. There's no reason that you won't enjoy yourself if you come to Arooga. And the costs are relatively fair.
Yes.
The food is exceptionally great, and you can drink. I'm a non-drinker, so you won't get me on the bar. But
Right.
if you got like a strawberry daiquiri or a frozen daiquiri, or I'll do that. So, Lady Shareen, what do you think? We got some more people hollering
Do
at us?
we? No, I only see the same 3 people names. So,
Okay.
You know, but thank you for watching. If you're still on, or if I can't see you, thank you for watching. We're here at Arooga's on Route 22, and we're here with Anaka and Cordell, and they are the owners. So, you know, come on down and get some food, and they have entertainment. So come and sit back, relax, eat, chill, and enjoy yourself.
And you don't have to travel far. You don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to go into New York. You can stay right here in Jersey, right here in North Plainfield.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, right on Route 22,
Route 22.
right down the street from Costco. So if you got to get some gas, you can come over here and get some food. You know what I'm saying? And it's right around the corner. In addition to that, they always have their doors open. Now, you do follow a different business model, which I noticed the other day, because Lady and Shareen and I came here. We're like, oh, we're going to go early. We're going to get there. And then we're going to get in there and we're going to talk to them. And we got here, and it was closed.
And I forgot.
where he was
So when
going
we got
with that.
here, because we wanted to check to see what the lighting looked like, and you know, try to get the scheme of how we were going to set up. And so as soon as we got in the parking lot, because we had just finished doing a funeral, you know, streaming.
Yeah, 'cause we
and so
stream
we
funerals.
so we came, and I said, oh shoot, they don't open up until 4.
So tell a little bit about that.
That's because of COVID.
Right, right.
We're limited staff right now, and we don't want to kill our staff.
Right.
There's no reason,
Okay.
there's no way in the world
Absolutely.
we can ask our staff to come in at 12 o'clock,
Right.
work all the way to 2 in the morning,
Right.
and do it again.
Come
the
back.
next
But with
day.
the state
That's
just
a lot.
opening up,
That's
it
a
was
lot.
logical too.
That's a
I mean,
lot.
because you might have had people here at 12 o'clock and
Right.
they were windshield people.
This
You know what I'm
is
saying?
true.
Standing there waiting for people to come
Yeah.
in.
But we need more staff. And
Okay.
if anyone's looking for a job, you can definitely come down here. And this is, I don't want to say ours is better than every
Right,
other
right,
restaurant I
right.
work at, but
It
you're gonna
is.
have a good time here because we have all the entertainment. What job do you know that you can actually see glimpses of Gerald Kelly when you're doing this?
Wow,
this
awesome.
room.
Yeah.
Gerald Kelly and his son was just on America's Got Talent 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
He'll
Wow.
be here Father's Day weekend, that's
Okay.
Friday.
Okay.
Where are you gonna see Mark Vieira, Rob Stapleton, Capone, everyone you've ever seen on TV? They are here. Chris Thomas.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
So talk about Father's Day. You
Yes.
just gave
You-
you
you
gave the
just-
fathers. You just slid right into that.
You gave it away already.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was a secret.
I didn't know, but Father's Day weekend is gonna be
Phenomenal.
Awesome.
phenomenal.
Out of this world.
Out of this world.
Put on your
Okay.
spacesuit. You getting ready to go for a journey?
It's going to be one of our best weekends we've ever set up
Okay.
for entertainment.
Okay.
You can take your father out, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Friday, we'll have Gerald Kelly and all his sons, which is going to be amazing. Gerald Kelly just came off of America's Got Talent.
Wait. Hold on though, because see, people are hearing you, but they don't understand that they better buy their tickets now.
Yes.
Because if you wait, it's over. It's a
Right,
wrap.
right.
We sell out. Majority of the time, we sell out with these comedy
Okay.
shows. And then we're going to have Mark Vera, and that's going to be on Saturday. That's 3 shows, 5, 7:30, and 10. The next day, we're going to have Valerie Adams during the day. From 1 to, actually it's going from 12 to 5 that
Okay.
day. Because right after that, we're going to have Rasan Reese, which is another super talented comedian in here for one show
Okay.
at 7:30.
Awesome.
So there's no way and no
Okay.
reason you shouldn't be taking Dad out. this
Absolutely.
Father's Day
And
weekend.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we would love to. I mean, I don't think we can, but if there's any room for us, we would love to come out one day and probably live stream your stuff if you want us to. We would love to.
We could certainly have that conversation.
Yeah, we would love to do that.
Okay.
And just keep pushing that out there so that people that are not here. It's going to be like a pay-per-view, though. You want to pay to see this stuff. We're not going to be letting you come to stream it. We're not going to let you stream it. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, that's it. That's cool. So, give a little bit about, because your hearts, both of your hearts are just very loving. I can say that.
Yes.
So, what do you do to give back to the community? How have you given back to the community? What have you done? What is your mantra that you may, use to make sure that people know that you're here and you're a business to be recognized?
Well, every Christmas we actually do Toys for Tots here.
Okay.
So, and not only do we do Toys for Tots, we also bring in the Easter Stars. I'm an Easter Star
Okay.
myself.
Okay.
And we actually have 2 different Christmas events, one for Toys for Tots and one for Easter Stars.
Okay.
And we fill this whole stage up with
Wow.
toys. And any child in need can just come and pick a toy right off the stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow,
We're
that's
also,
awesome.
he won't play Santa, so I have to get one of my friends to play Santa. But we dress up, we're Mr. and Mrs. Claus. The kids are allowed to come and talk to us. And
Okay.
it's just a really good event.
Yeah, that's awesome. That
Well,
sounds great.
I'm going to throw something at you. When COVID is done, because I've been working on this, Lady Shareen, you know I've been working on this.
Yeah.
I want to create an atmosphere where we can have like a battle of the bands, but it's got to be small bands.
I like that.
It's got to be teenagers.
I like
Right.
We
that.
have two
That's
individuals
interesting.
that this is
That's
what we
old school.
This is what we do, right?
Yes.
This is what we have done. We have two individuals that are working our cameras, working our controller, working
Yes.
our audio sound. I actually came with Lady Shareen's help. We went out and we found out what they like to play, because they play instruments, and we bought them trumpets.
Oh, that's
And we
awesome.
randomly gave it away. I call it a random act of kindness, because they didn't know it was coming. But when you give out into the future,
Yes, sir.
when you pay it forward, it comes back to
sir.
you triple fold.
It does.
So I'm gonna definitely
does.
tell you guys that I want y'all to be a part of that. And we're probably gonna be like, you're only gonna be like a trio band. The drums will be set up, but if you have a saxophone and you have to have a vocalist, and then the winner, I'll donate $500 towards the winner. If y'all want to match that,
We can
and
match
we can
that.
do that.
We'll do
And
that
we
right
can
now.
have that, and we can have our youth come in, and we will do it early enough
will
in the day,
commit to
so
that.
it won't prohibit
Yes.
from individuals coming into the bar. And we probably, based on where we are now, will maybe have to stream it, and individuals will have a chance to, like American Idol or whatever,
Right.
cast their vote, and for the winning band that gets the most votes, they will receive that. And then from there, they can go on and do whatever. But I just think
That'd be
that
nice.
you always got to find a way to reach back
Yes, sir.
and bring
Yeah,
somebody forward.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't just take it with you.
Yes, sir.
Because when this day is all over and we all meet our maker, ain't none of the things that we have here going to be, as far as we know, travel with us.
Right.
So I always believe that you got to pay it forward and you got to reach back and bring it
Absolutely.
forward. So
Absolutely.
if you guys are committed to that, Lady Shareen and I will work on that, and we would love to have that happen. It doesn't have to happen this year, it could happen next year, whenever. But we can just at least get the idea out there that we are going to be looking for bands. We are going to be looking for individuals that can fit on this stage
Right.
and actually perform. You'll probably have something like a 10-minute or a 7-minute opportunity to perform. Do your best, and then go from there. We'll have the audience vote. You know,
It's
so
an awesome
That works.
idea, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to do it.
okay,
Absolutely.
we good. So listen, that this union became a union of creating a new concept that's out there. That the Battle of the Bands has been going on forever, but I think that the bands have kind of died down in recent times because DJs came out. But always going back to the roots, because music can't begin without a keyboard.
That's
Music
right.
can't begin
That's
without
right.
without somebody playing the
That's
bass.
it. And
you
drums.
know, and the drums,
Saxophone,
and,
drums.
Yeah.
and the horn,
Yeah,
and the horn.
Yeah.
It doesn't get lifted with the horn. The
Yeah,
horn
yeah.
lifts it.
The horn lifted. So I'm trying to get them to. We're gonna hopefully have them come on and just play together, and just do something like that. So, Lady Shareen, what else you got? What else you got for them?
So I wanted to go back just a little bit and talk to Chef Anaka, and just to find out, what plans you have as far as being a chef. Are you gonna maybe do signature dishes here, or would you open up your own restaurant?
I do plan to open my own restaurant.
Okay,
I
that's
think this was a stepping stone to learn how to run a restaurant.
Awesome.
All the things you should and should not do. So I'm ready in our next step to get our own restaurant.
Awesome. That sounds great. And do you know kind of like where, you would get one, or what area?
The shore, the front of Philadelphia. That would be a nice place.
Right by the Ben Franklin.
Right by the Ben Franklin.
But I love to do upscale cuisine, so I want to
Okay.
do the steaks and the seafood and, do all the different creative sauces and just take it to a whole different level.
Wow. Yeah, see, and that's why I asked what location, because we always looking for somewhere great to eat.
It'll be
And they
Okay,
have,
cool.
I think the Coxes have a big family. Shareen and them, when they get together, they be like taking up a whole section. They might be able to fill this whole restaurant on this
Yeah.
side with their family.
Yeah,
They,
yeah, yeah.
they travel deep.
We do, actually.
And that's with her family and her church family. And you put the two together, you might as well forget it.
This is true.
they load the place out. So,
This is very true.
So, the other side of that, since we talked about church, is maybe getting connections with the churches and offering them a Sunday brunch.
Oh,
after
definitely,
church,
definitely.
after church, maybe that's something that you
Yeah.
guys can look at,
Yeah.
Definitely.
you know.
And also, do you do fundraisers here to where, we come packed house and get a percentage back? Do you
We
do
do
that?
fundraisers with
Okay.
the comedy shows.
Okay.
So if you want to come in as or we could even do it with the jazz brunch.
Okay.
But when you come in, we used to give $10 back.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you brought in 30 people and they were all with your organization.
Okay.
The tickets would be $30, but you would get $10 back towards
Okay.
your organization.
Wow, that's fair.
Yeah.
That sounds
It
good.
seems like y'all got this market cornered, man.
Right,
Y'all,
right.
y'all doing a whole bunch. What do you do? Like just wake up in the morning with all these things on your brain, or did it just come to fruition because you've been doing it for so long?
It builds because
Yeah.
we've been doing it for so long. And
Awesome.
we go, what else can we do? What else can we do? What's working? And let's build on that, and what's not working and correct it.
Awesome.
Yeah, but you cannot stay stagnant. One who stays stagnant is your first day towards
This is
failure.
true,
You
yeah.
have to continue to grow each
Yeah.
and every day.
I
I mean,
like that.
you guys have opened your arms to us. You have allowed us to come in. You have allowed us to share your platform. You share our platform with you, and you share your restaurant with us.
Right.
So what do you have to say? If there's any kind of encouraging things that you see in the very near future, what do you have to say to the listening public? How should they come and get involved? How should they come and book? What should they do? Is there any advantage for booking groups of 5 or better, 10 or better? Do they need to make reservations? Just talk a little bit about that in reference to your restaurant. Is it first come, first served basis?
Yeah, so it depends. So if it's a regular night, you could try to call and make a reservation. We don't require reservations, but if you
Okay.
call us and say I have 10 people coming in,
Right.
we're going to make sure you
Okay.
have a table, right?
Yeah.
So that's number one. For all of our events, go to Aroogas, AROOGAS.eventbrite.com.
Okay.
Say it again.
Aroogas.eventbrite.com. It has all of our listings, all of our meetings, all of our shows, all the entertainment that
Okay.
that my wife brings
Okay.
to the restaurant.
And she does a phenomenal job, I must say. She does a
Yes,
phenomenal job.
absolutely.
And I'm just glad that you guys decided to go into a restaurant business locally. You're not far. I can get
Right.
here in 5 to 10 minutes at the
Yeah,
most.
absolutely.
And the
That's
food
a
is
good
good,
way.
the entertainment is good. We enjoy ourselves, and we're definitely going to tell everybody out there that you got to go to Arooga's. We'll put a tag on our page.
Absolutely, yeah.
And let people know that you do exist, and that you should definitely come here and just have a good time.
Thank you very much.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. Is there anything else that you guys would like to tell the audience out there in podcast land?
Oh, gosh. Well, please come out and support Black-owned business. We are 100%
Yes.
Black-owned. It's me and my husband. Even my
Awesome.
son works here.
Okay.
And we treat each and every one of our staff like family. So if you want to come out and support 100% Black-owned business, this is the place to come. It's the place to be. You have your food, your entertainment. You have my famous rum punch.
Okay.
You were talking about that earlier. You didn't actually tell us what that is. So a little bit, entertain us a little bit. Tell us a little. Or do
You're
you want them to
welcome.
have? Do you have to come here in order to?
I don't even know what's in the rum punch.
You don't even know what's in the rum punch.
It's a lot in there. There's 5 rums in there. It's vodka, and I can't tell you what
I'm
else.
about to say it's a secret. She can't tell.
I go through this all the time.
It's a family secret.
No, but something else to add. If you guys are looking for jobs, again, we are hiring. We are hiring servers. We are hiring bartenders. I will ask you to go to aroogas.com/jobs. Look at the location field and then click North Plainfield. You'll fill out an application that comes directly to me.
Okay.
And I look at that several times per day. So if you're looking for an opportunity and you believe you'll fit well in hospitality, you feel like greeting people, meeting people, smiling, having a good time, serving, building a relationship, we are hiring. Aroogas.com/jobs, search location North Plainfield.
Awesome. You heard it. You're looking for a job. Come and see Anaka and Cordell.
Yeah.
What he basically saying is get off that couch, bring your talents here.
Stop collecting that free money.
Stop playing around. And it's time for you to.
Time for you to go to work.
Time for you to go to work. So, have you helped individuals with college tuition? Have you done any things like that? And have you had family members that, because you say it's a family, that have gotten into situations and you have helped them out? Do you believe in that paying it forward as we talked about? Or is that kind of a touchy situation?
I wouldn't go. Yeah, it's slightly.
Okay, that's fine.
No, but I'm going to answer it honestly. College funding, we don't do that. It's hard to do that in the restaurant business. But what we do is we give everybody an opportunity to grow within us.
Wow.
Like our kitchen manager was a busser. Okay?
Was it what?
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
He grew into the business. We found
Wow.
that he can cook. Then he started cooking. Then he started training cooks, and we taught him how to do cost control, purchase orders. Before you know it, he's the kitchen manager.
Okay.
Our bar manager, he wanted to get out of the business for his own personal reasons, but the same thing. He started as a service, a bar manager. So I have one concept I've taken with me my entire professional life is hire within when you can. If your
Okay.
team isn't
Right,
ready,
that's true.
you have to go outside, they're not ready. But if someone is on your team and you can create a growth pattern, a career for them, you build brand loyalty,
Yes.
you build good faith, and you build trust.
It's
Right?
true.
Because Annika are not here. We have to trust
That's
people.
true, yeah.
And I'd rather trust someone who worked for me for years and I gave them an opportunity to grow
Yeah.
and they feed their family better,
Right.
achieve their goals because the opportunity we gave them
Yes.
than a stranger that's
true.
outside that I'm just trying to bring into the
Yeah,
organization
yeah.
that my
And
wife
then
and
you
I
also
built.
build up a work family.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, where they feel comfortable to come to work. You know, because sometimes, you know, if you don't like where you are or if you don't like what you're doing,
It's
you're,
rough.
you're
It's
not
rough.
going to do a great job.
You don't give your best.
And
Right,
the
you
other
don't give your best.
the other side of that is because you have done that and they have seen that you already answered the question that I asked, that you have paid it forward,
Sure.
that you do invest in your individuals. And by doing all of those things, not only have individuals been able to see that there is growth here for me in this business, but then this is a company that I can grow with, something that I can earn a decent living with, and then in return, that if you ask me to do something because you have already done for me, then I'm gonna do for you. And that's what you want from your employees. You wanna be able to say, listen, man, I need you to stay extra 2 hours. They be like, no problem, man, no problem, I got you.
Right.
You know, come in early on Sunday and you can take off on Friday next week. It's a no-brainer,
That's
it's a
exactly
give
how it
and
goes.
take.
That's exactly how it goes.
So,
Wow, yeah.
listen, Lady Shareen, I think that they done knocked it out the
They
park.
knocked it out the park,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a home run. I'm like looking for, it's the top of the ninth inning and their bases are loaded.
Absolutely.
No outs.
No outs.
It is a sports bar.
Yeah, and it is a sports bar. That's why I used the analogy. You didn't think I was going there for no reason. I got to connect the dots. But listen, we enjoy being here this evening. We love your restaurant.
It's
We
beautiful.
encourage people in our everyday lives to come here and take the Nestle plunge. Come to Arooga's. Find out what it's all about.
Yeah.
Come for the entertainment. Come for the good food. If you like to drink, come to drink. If you like to smoke, come to the daggone cigar bar. All right? So bring it. Bring it. They have it. You want it, they have it. If you come up with a creative idea and they don't have it and they think that it's worth having, they're going to tell you, we'll think about it. They're not going to say that they're going to do it.
And by your saying that, Brian, because I'm looking at the beautiful screens that you have as well. So are you looking in the future to maybe house screenings or like for short films or
Yes,
features?
Somebody else approached me with that, and I would definitely love to do it.
Awesome.
To have a nice film festival
Film
here.
festival.
Awesome.
So we'll talk about that
Yes,
later on.
absolutely. Yeah.
That's definitely right up my
Okay.
alley.
That's
Awesome.
being discussed. We don't want to.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
What-
And you know what? I asked too because I'm a
It's
filmmaker.
on the horizon.
she's
yeah.
a filmmaker. She's an author. She's a
Yes,
writer.
so that's-
So she's trying to get me to get my book going. I'm working
Yes,
on that, but
please.
I can't seem to get off the second page. But that's another story. But the reality is that you have definitely, what do you call it? A diamond in the rough. You guys are really here. You're about community. You're about giving back. You're about making sure people can come and have a good time. And we appreciate that. We appreciate you allowing us to come here.
Yes,
No.
And
absolutely.
bring our
Thank
platform
you.
to you.
We
Yes,
appreciate
thank you.
you.
guys
Yes,
come.
thank
Yes.
you. Because while we were setting up, I was like, oh, they're gonna be like, what in the world is all this stuff going on in here? But it was really cool. Thank you so much. And we enjoy the space because we don't have this much space, but we were saying this is what we want to grow to.
All right.
To have the space like this.
I don't
and
know
have
if I want a
stage like
sports
this.
bar, but I definitely want the space.
Not a
but,
sports bar.
but listen,
The stage is nice.
Lady Shareen and I, we love what y'all do. I just want y'all to know that.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you giving us this platform.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if there's anything else really to say. You know, give them the plug one more time, all of your social media stuff, where they can find you, where they can go if they're looking for employment, and where they can come and have a good old time. So,
Yeah.
All right,
and we'll close it out.
So our Facebook and Instagram is Aroogas22NP. If you're looking for a job, once again, it's aroogas.com/jobs. And most importantly, our events page can be found at aroogas.eventbrite.com. Thank you very much. We look forward to serving you guys.
All right, and we just have to close out and tell them what we have coming up, and then that's going to basically be it. Lady Shareen?
Absolutely. So next week we have a doctor coming in, and we're going to be discussing the COVID vaccine. So if you have any questions for him, please write them down and come and join us next week, next Monday at 5. And then the week after that, we have my aunt and my uncle, and her book is coming out. So I will let her, talk
And
more
the
about
album.
that.
Don't forget about
And
that.
yes, her husband has an album that's coming out. He's been singing for a very, very long time, so come on and join us with that. We call him the musician and the writer. So come in, again, if you have questions, ask questions for them. And then the week after that, we have someone that I used to work for on a set who works on movie sets. So if you come on and enjoy the shows that we have coming up, and then after that we'll tell you, for July. But June is already taken care of, so come back next Monday and enjoy the doctor that we have.
And just
coming.
give them the plug where they can find all of our information.
Sure. So we are on, of course, Facebook. We actually do have a Facebook 4E's podcast page that we're still developing. You can go to our website, which is 4epodcast.com.
All right. And we also had a call in, but we didn't actually air it this time, but we actually have an ability to call in. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be back with you guys sometime in the near future.
Yes, sir.
And
Whenever
we'll
you're
just
ready.
we'll just keep this thing going, man, because that's what it's all about. We
Yes.
love the connection, and we
And
love the
next
time.
next time, because we thought about it too late, but next time, when we do come, we said that it would have been so nice to have an audience.
Oh,
And also to support, the establishment to, have appetizers, something to drink, or, something.
Yes.
So next time,
Absolutely.
we'll do that. And I think that would be
There's
fun.
just one thing I forgot to ask them, and this is something that is very important. I want to eat Aroogas, but I'm at home and my car broke down. How can I eat Aroogas?
You can definitely call, we do Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, okay.
Yes,
And what else?
Yeah. So we do DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub.
All right, I'm getting married next year. I'm married. This is just an example. I'm getting married next year, and I want Aroogas. Their food is so delicious. I want them to cater it. Can I get it catered?
Yes, you can
How
also.
do they do that?
So, and first of all, thank you for bringing that up, because we have our own delivery option as well. So you can go onto DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats, but you can also go to aroogas.com/delivery, and we'll deliver to you ourselves directly
Oh, awesome.
without the fees.
I'm
Without the fees of the
Wow.
third-party platforms that that really proliferate. The
Say
entire
that again,
industry.
because they tell them where they go.
Without the fees. It's not free, but it's a lot more.
Okay, but where do they go for that?
Aroogas.com, and you simply click delivery, and your
I'm
location
so
will come
glad
up.
you said
'Cause
that.
if they're around here, no plane will come up automatically,
Right.
right? Because the technology is all geometric based.
Yep.
So as soon as you pull up Aroogas.com and you go to delivery, it's going to come up North Plainfield.
Awesome.
If you live within its 5 to 7 mile
5 to 7 mile
radius.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
ma'am.
awesome because some people they're very traditional or very health conscious and different things like that and safe. But some people don't like to use those type of delivery platforms.
The third
But
parties.
the third parties, but they would love to use the actual company to deliver to them.
And there's another value. I mean, that part is farmed out, but we have very strict contracts and
Right.
agreement what they can do, what they can't
Right,
do, as opposed to a
absolutely.
Grubhub
Yeah,
deliver. But what's really a value add to that as well is those third-party platforms, restrict certain information that we have access to.
Right, okay.
As they should,
Right,
right?
exactly.
But when you go on our platform, we have your email, we have a phone
Right.
number, so now you start
Awesome.
to begin to get invites, you get discounts.
Okay.
We have something with the local flavor right now where you get $30 of food for $15.
Wow.
And you could buy that ahead of time.
Wow.
You don't get that unless you're on our email list.
Wow.
And you won't get that with DoorDash. You get
Okay.
it by going to Aroogas.com delivery.
Okay.
Because once we have it, we put you, and if you say, don't bother us, we'll take you off.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
it's an opportunity to get more value add,
Yeah.
from us to the community that we serve.
Okay.
And we just don't cater for weddings, we do corporate events, we
thank
do
you.
birthdays, we do repasses.
Okay.
Any event we can cater for you. And just because we open at 4 o'clock, if you're a corporation and you want us to cater your lunch,
Yeah.
we can cater your lunch.
Okay.
We can cater an event that starts before 4 o'clock.
And
The
you
restaurant
do,
doesn't open.
you do all of the setups. You bring the sternos, the pans, the pots, and
Everything.
everything,
The whole nine
the
yards.
dishes and all that.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
everything-
And 4 o'clock is just during the week for lunch. We do open at 12 for lunch on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Say that again. Saturdays and Sundays.
Saturdays, Sundays, 12 o'clock, popping for lunch, Saturdays and Sundays.
Right, and if you follow them, you will also understand that this is temporary, where they're not opening until 4 during the week.
That is
That
correct.
as soon as things open up even more, as soon as staffing and everything else falls into place, they're gonna go back to the traditional hours, and you're
Correct.
gonna be able to come in here and grab lunch and everything. We thank you, we thank you, we
Yes,
thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Fade to black.
We enjoyed being here. Thank you.